I'm the founder of Halisi Consults, as you all know, and the convener of this event, the Halisi Business Seminar. This is our inaugural seminar. When I started the business, I thought that from year one I'll be able to do a seminar, but the economy was economy. So, but I'm glad that we're finally able to put it together. In my introductory speech, I mentioned that I started this business 5 years ago. And when I started the business, while I was doing my research, I read that small businesses generally tend to only exist for 5 years. And after 5 years, most of them go under or they pack up. And, immediately I read, I said, go for you, that's not my portion. But I'm glad that, it's been 5 years today. Actually, 5 years this month that Halisi has been existing. And over the course of 5 years, we have served 250 small businesses and startups all over Nigeria, in Ghana, in Kenya, in the US, the UK, the UAE, India, most recently. And I'm very, very proud to say that, I built this business from scratch myself, and it's still standing to today. So a round of applause for me. So today I will be speaking on building resilience in uncertain times, growth strategies for businesses in 2023. I will be focusing on the strategies that businesses should adopt in these unprecedented times, because currently we're in precarious times, quote unquote, in Nigeria. And our country, Nigeria, is on the brink of an election that can literally make or break us as people, and especially as business owners. If you are not voting in this election and you're going to be around Nigeria, please try to vote or try to encourage someone around you to vote for the right person. We cannot ignore the impact of what the next decision of the next month's election is going to take on all our businesses, of everyone present here. In fact, our next leader really dictates what is going to happen in the Nigerian economy for the next probably 4 to 8 years. So it's a very, very important decision for us to all partake in, because I'm sure that on your way here, you went through traffic that was caused by 4Q, which is very absurd in a country that produces oil. And I'm sure, the electricity in your house is as bad as mine. So I know that we all have similar problems. So we as business owners, we need to band as one to tackle these problems, to find solutions that can actually work for us to not only survive, but to thrive in Nigeria today. So that being said, what I'm trying to say essentially is that we are all connected as business owners, as people. Everything that we do every day with our lives are connected. The time we wake up, the decision of whether you go to the gym in the morning or you don't, or if you eat healthy, it's all connected to who you are. And that inevitably is connected to how you do your business, how you attend to clients, how you conduct your business generally. Essentially, what I'm saying is your daily habits make you who you are. But I've seen that this goes a lot more deeper than just your daily habits. It goes as far back as when you were a child and the things that you saw that, inspired you, that made you passionate about what you're passionate about. So if you think back to when you were younger, think back to when you were just a child, you find that there are influences that influenced you to be the person you are today, and to make a decision of whether or not to start a company or stay with your 9 to 5. All those influences are in your youth. For me, it was watching my parents run several businesses. My father is here today. Please clap for Mr. Thomas. Yes. So growing up as a child, I watched my parents run several businesses all over the world. My father would probably be in the UK running a business. My mom would go to China to run another business, and so on and so forth. And, as the firstborn child and the first daughter of 6 children, I was my mother's unofficial personal assistant. So I had a front row seat to what it took to run businesses and the numbers. I've been doing bookkeeping since I was 9 years old, and we paid this person 10,000 naira yesterday. We paid this person 2,000 naira today. It was my job to make sure that it was well documented. So I had a front row seat to what it took to run a business and little things that can make or break your business if you don't do them. And that experience made me, an entrepreneur, because I did work 9 to 5. I tried to work 9 to 5 in, I think, 2, 3 places. It did not work. And I ended up following my passion, which is to launch a business that would help other businesses. And as at the time when the idea came in my head, it did not make sense. That why do you have a business to help other businesses? Why don't you just buy and sell like everybody else? I do buy and sell. I mean, I have other businesses that do buying and selling. But the main business, which is the consulting business, which has been my bread and butter for the past 5 years, I got here because I had a passion to make an impact on businesses all over the world. And I pray by God's grace that I can achieve my mission. Thank you very much. So, thank you for that. The influence of my parents obviously propelled me to become an entrepreneur and seeing the things I saw around me. And I saw that I could literally build the exact life I wanted by, taking my destiny to my own hands. And, every day I wake up, go for it and decide to, build my business, help people around me, and so on and so forth. When I was in secondary school, my principal used to say, heaven only helps those who help themselves. As Nigerians, we tend to wait for help. We believe that there's a helper coming. There's no helper coming. Let me just break that to you. The only helper that is coming for you is looking at you in your mirror. If you don't help yourself, there's no miracle coming. So yeah, I took my destiny into my hands literally, and I started my business. And taking the leap to start your business is one of the scariest things in the world. It's a very lonely experience. You might have people around you, but you are doing it alone. You might have a lot of people saying, "Oh, do it," but they're not there every day. They're not there when you wake up 6 a.m. and say, "How am I going to pay salary this month?" They're not there when your Facebook ads finish running and you're like, your card is not working. your bank card is not accepting, letting you pay for Facebook ads to market your business. So it's very, very risky, and it's also very, very rewarding. And I hope that everyone here today reaps the reward that comes from having your own business and doing the hard work of running it, in Jesus' name. So yeah, if you're willing to do the work, it's super hard, but the rewards are bountiful. For me, in 2023, the main word is resilience, because I've read all the PwC reports, I've read all the KPMG reports, I've read everything. It's looking bleak worldwide, and it's not just Nigeria. In the US, in the UK, everywhere they are going through it. The global economy we're already in recession, but the G12, G8, whoever, they're trying their best to not let us get into recession, but it is happening. Inflation is at an all-time high. I was speaking to a client the other day from Kenya, and he said, "Oh, the inflation in Nigeria is not that bad, it's just double digits." I said, "Hold on, let me check today." It was 20.1%. So the inflation is at an all-time high. It looks like there's no hope of it, changing anytime soon. It's going to get higher and higher from the look of things. That being said, I don't believe as business owners that we should deter from doing our best to make it work for us, or to try to break even in our businesses and make profits, and also try everything that we can to grow and survive in this very, very difficult economy. I honestly believe that if you can do business in Nigeria, you can do business anywhere in the world. I mean, you might need to adapt to their own methods, but I believe that if you can do business in Nigeria, you will thrive in other places in the world. So that goes a long way to show the resilience of the Nigerian business owner spirit. And I wish everyone here the very best in running their businesses. So very quickly, I'm going to share some strategies that I used at the beginning of my business that I'm still using 5 years after today. The number one thing that I did when I started my business is that I had an email list. So every day when I woke up, after I quit my 9 to 5, I need to tell you a story of why I quit my 9 to 5. I was really, really good at my job. I was a business developer. I was a business development officer at an oil and gas servicing company. I was so good at my job that even though I was the third ranking officer in that role, like I was the lowest person in that role, my bosses would send me for meeting in Abuja at NMPC. They would send me to London for meetings with multinational clients. And not for one day did any of my bosses mention that, "Oh, Tolani, you're doing so well." All they'll say is, "I don't understand." But I could see that I was doing. I knew I was doing. Everybody else in the office was telling me, after that you're trying. But they never mentioned that. They just say, we're not seeing it. I remember clearly. I was in London for an oil and gas conference, and I came so early for that conference. And my boss was like, "Why did you come early?" I was like, "Come on, Rogo." He was like, "Oh, I was too early. It looks like I'm desperate for work." And I'm like, "We are. We need the money. We need dollars." And what are you saying, sir? And over the course of that event, he mentioned to another oil and gas executive, a very big man in the oil and gas industry, that Tolani is one of the best business developers we've ever had. And I've worked for this person for over a year, and he has never mentioned that to me. And it was that moment that I decided I'm going to resign. Like, I'm not doing this again. Because I was supposed to work every day, and nobody was telling me that you are doing well. It really, really paid me, long story short. So I ended up starting my own business. So I quit my job, and I remember my father was shouting, "Chima, why would you quit your job? You don't have another job to do." I was like, "I'll figure it out." At the end of the day, I started my business, and I took some steps that helped me get here. First things first, when I woke up every day, I would speak to 5 people that I already knew and tell them, "I'm starting a business, this is my business." I built my website myself. I know that there are website developers all over Nigeria that do it for 100,000, 200,000 naira for you. But I sat at my desk in my room. I took 20,000 naira. I went on YouTube and I learned how to build a website myself. So I did all the things that would make me look like a big business and presented myself as such. And then I went on my phone every day. I'll call 5 people and say, "I'm starting this business. This is what I want to do." I didn't even know what I wanted to do exactly. I just wanted to help small businesses. There was no product. There was no service. I was just doing it. So I would call them and tell them that, "Okay, this is what I do. Give me your email address. Let me send you an email about it." I'll get their email. Eventually, at the end of that process, I had about almost 300 email addresses. And that was my first email list. So from that email list, I kept pushing emails out to people. I kept creating different ways to keep building that email list, which is the bedrock of our marketing at Halisi. We still have those emails till today. So that email list, I kept telling them about everything that I was doing in my business. Okay, this is what we did this month. This is what we did last month. And these are the ways you can grow your business. And that helped me get more people to know about what I do, know who I am, and also to patronize us, which was the most important part. So our email list is our bedrock. So number one strategy that you can do that you don't have to spend any money on is to have a mailing list as a business that you can always be sending information about your business to from time to time. Another thing that I did, number 2, is that I focused on client retention. So when I started my business, initially I was doing one-on-one consultations for clients and telling them, "Oh, this is what you need to do in your business," and so on and so forth. In the course of me doing my one-on-one consultations, one client mentioned to me, "Do you do business plans?" I don't do business plans. I did not do business plans, but I said yes. And that was my first business plan. I can remember clearly. And from then on, business plans literally became what was our bread and butter. It is what kept the company going till today. It is what's keeping the company going. Business plan clients are what made us, how will I say, known, quote unquote. I mean, not a lot of people know us, but we've gone quite far. Nonetheless, as I was saying, so that was the first major service that we were able to push out there because, okay, I was trying to keep this client after I've done one-on-one consultation for this client. And then I said, okay, we do business plans as well. And then that went on. And bear in mind, a bit of background, I do have a master's in international business and management. Paid for by my father. That's always reminding me that they pay for masters. So, yeah, so, my knowledge from my master's, going online, taking courses, developing myself, helped me to find different ways where I could keep my clients with us and keep going to the next level. So from business plans, we moved to marketing. We started doing marketing services for clients. For marketing service from clients, we started doing financing advisory. So we started helping clients that needed financing raise money for their businesses. And that's been working so far, and we're thankful to God. The next thing that we did was we started working on our network. So I'm very good at networking. I can go to an event, I don't know anybody, I'll talk to everybody in that room that day before I go, and I must get their number. I'm very good at it. So I leverage on that strength. I really leveraged on it. and I use that to build a really strong referral network. There are months that I don't run ads on Instagram, or there are months that we don't do any serious form of marketing. But someone will call me that, "Tolani, I have a job for you." Because everywhere I go, I'll tell you what I do. My name is Tolani Thomas Halisi. I'm the founder of Halisi Consulting, where businesses launch, grow, and thrive. You can contact us for your business plans, for our marketing service, or your financing advice, straight to the point. I give elevator speech. I know that one day, even if that person doesn't call me for themselves, they'll say, "Oh, I know one babe that does this." And that referral network, in fact, I cannot tell you how far it has gone. It literally took me global. It literally got me clients in different markets. And I'm also very thankful for that. So my referral network is one of the biggest supporters of my company. And I'm asking everyone here to do that. They should refer me to just one client. I'm not asking too much. They should refer me to just one person. Then also after that, after the major things that I've done, I looked at the marketing strategies that work for us. So after, the mailing list, the referral network, running social media ads, social media, we were really pushing and everything. I'm sure somebody here has seen my video where I'm literally saying, "Come and do business plan." So yeah, we looked at strategies that work for us, and we keep trying new things from time to time. So whenever I hear there's this new strategy that people are doing, I try to look for a way to adopt it to my business. First things first. And I also don't ignore the marketing strategies that worked for me in the past. So I look at marketing strategies based on return on investment. If we invest $100 on Instagram ads or Facebook ads, and it brings us X amount of money, I'm not telling you, we will keep doing it, obviously. But if we try something and we see it doesn't work, we move on to the next thing, right? So I review marketing strategies, or we review marketing strategies as a company based on return on investment. And I always advise all clients and all businesses to do the same. We also, from time to time, based on what our existing clients want or what they require, we adopt new services, or we create new services based on, keeping that client, coming back to us. And also, because of our mission is to help businesses launch, grow, and thrive. In thriving, we have to try our best to make sure that we are delivering the necessary service that these clients want. So creating new offerings led us to creating our market research service, which is really doing quite well till today. So from time to time, I send out emails to existing customers to tell them about the new promotions or the new things that we're doing in our business today. I'm sure my clients here will say that they've gotten the email where we talk about introducing them to organizations that can get them financing for as high as 500 million naira. So everyone that subscribes to our, I like how Remy looked up, everyone that subscribes to our mailing list always gets that email. So another thing that I would advise businesses to do in 2023 is to learn and adapt to new technologies as they launch. I'm sure everyone that's on social media today has seen AI, this one AI, that one AI, what's that thing called Chat GPT. Every day on my Twitter, I'm seeing something AI. Someone is writing a thread, and I'm like, I'm sure this person that writes a thread does not know what he's even talking about. But, it's buzzing enough for me to pay attention to it and to take time to go and try to understand what it means and what it would mean for my business and how I can apply it to my business, because the world changes every day. I'm sure, 500 years ago, they came out with telephone and people were ignoring it. I've actually seen documentaries where people were saying, they don't want to use the telephone. It's like having the devil in the house or something silly. And some people did. Some businesses used that telephone, started calling everybody in the phone book to market themselves, and it worked for them. What that business do? They adopted to a new technology that came out. Same with what is happening today. AI is out. I've not found a way to adopt it to my businesses, but I will find a way. So learn and adapt to new technologies as they launch. Don't be left behind. Last but not least, this one is very major. A lot of businesses these days, and interacting with clients, speaking with customers of those clients as well, you see from time to time that customers want to see the owner of the business. I don't know if there's anybody here that reckons with that, especially for service businesses. Sometimes for product businesses, they want to know who the person is that owns this business and how they're able to do what they do. And sometimes they might not want to buy for you, but those people, they are your ambassadors. So I would advise I mean, it's not the word of God, but it's my word. I would advise that you should try and establish credibility as a business with video content or once in a while sharing your story on your marketing channels so that people can connect to the owner of the business, so that people can see that, okay, this is the face behind the business. And that helps them, have some form of trust, or helps build their trust. Because, I mean, we operate in a very low trust society. We operate in Nigeria. I'm sure we all see that this is what I ordered, this is what I got story from on social media from time to time. Sometimes when, clients reach out to you, or when customers try to order, they are harassing your customer service person and saying, oh, are you people sure? Or is this a lie? You can avoid all of that by building credibility, by establishing the trust before you need to establish the trust. So just to recap, number one thing I shared was you need to have a mailing list. You need to build your mailing list. And you need to find ways to expand that mailing list from time to time and share information about your business with that mailing list. Number two was focus on client retention. So look for new ways to make your clients happy. Your clients already came to you. They already trust you. They've already given you money. So find a way to keep collecting the money. Yes? Amen? Mm-hmm. So number three was build a strong referral network. For some entrepreneurs, it might be hard to come out of your shell and go to events and start talking to everybody inside. For me, it worked. And I would advise that you need to find a way to make yours happen. It might be online, you might be networking online, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with networking on LinkedIn and using it to, get clients. Number four, adapt marketing strategies based on return on investments. So I mentioned earlier that if something works for me, I keep doing it. And if it doesn't work, oh well, we move on to the next thing. Next thing, we introduce new offerings. So introducing new offerings to sell more to your clients, new services that you believe, or products that you believe that your clients will need. Try to do that this year. The next is learn and adapt to new technologies as they launch. I mentioned AI. If you can learn, if you can't learn it, find someone that knows about it, tell them to explain it to you, and try to adapt it to your business. And last but not least, establish credibility in your business. That being said, I'm going to mention once again that Halisi Consult, as a business development consulting company, we are here to help small businesses, startups, launch, grow, and thrive. And we offer a range of services, from business plans to financing advisory to marketing and so on and so forth. Please refer us. I am humble. Don't look at this grand event and think that, oh, I've not arrived yet. We're on our way. So please refer us, and we would really appreciate any business that comes from any one of you.